Hi everyone, this is Chao Zhang of the ESCI College. I'll present to you about BPA today in this presentation.
Bisphenol A is industrial substance to make polycarbonic plastic and epoxy resins, both of which are used in a variety of applications. Polycarbonic plastics have many applications, including in use in some food and drinking package, while the epoxy resins are used to coat metals such as food cans and water supply pipes. Also, you can find BPA in the thermal paper products, in cash registers and ATM receipts. Some dental sealants and composites may also contribute to BPA exposure. As shown on the upper left, mechanism that two phenols and one acetone molecules combine together to synthesize the BPA molecule. BPA was first synthesized in 1890s in Russia. However, in 1930s, and it has recognized for estrogen properties when Edward Charles Dodd searching for the mother substance. Later in the 1950s, BPA has used to synthesize epoxy resins and PC plastics. It is also found that BPA is an endocrine disrupting compound, which interferes the synthesis, secretion, transport, metabolism, binding, action, or elimination of natural hormones that found in our body, and are responsible for homeostasis, reproduction, and, more importantly, developmental process in human body. The early studies of BPA has been done on rodents rather than human body. However, they found the BPA blood level has shown relationship with ovarian diseases and miscarriages. Later study on BPA has shown it's blocked the beneficial effects of estradiol on neurosynapses formation. Since the early study was done on rodents, that BPA has shown safety to human body and animal body at least. A study conducted by Frederick von Sala and others proved that low doses of BPA has profound effects on humans. The government-funded studies are easily to find that it is safe to take BPA, which seems controversial to the scientific studies. Nevertheless, BPA has more effect on small humans, while human fetus can be infected across the placenta, and infants can be affected by breast milk and baby formulas and the container baby bottles. Even in the hospital, the NICU infants are exposed to higher level of BPA due to intensive medical interventions. Also, remember when we were young, we liked to drink sodas and stuff. These can lead to a higher concentration of BPA exposure. National Children's Study was started in 2009, examining fetal environment, including the BPA exposure. The study follows pregnant women and offspring until 21 years old. The goal is to find 100,000 children participants. It is the largest and most comprehensive study of its kind in the United States. Also, this study found that higher BPA concentrations have correlation with delayed breast development in female. The oral ingestion dose of BPA is metabolized in our intestines and livers to yield a metabolite. In the lungs, we excrete the BPA in our urine. And accurate exposure study has shown that the half-life of BPA exposure is about 4 to 6 hours, which indicate that BPA is a substance that easy to handle for our body. However, it still has some controversy on the metabolism. So this link back to the rodent studies that mentioned in previous PPTs. The suggesting research findings from rodent studies cannot be compared to human exposure and health implications, and this is the primary argument that rodent studies are not relevant to primates in assessing the safety of BPA, because the elimination mechanism is totally different for humans or primates compared with the rodents. Also, a question to be asked: if the higher doses cause no harm, lower doses are deemed safe. The endocrine system does not follow this rule of a linear relationship. There are evidence that a specific dose of BPA results in observed effects, as the following introduced studies to show. One study showed that a longer than expected half-life attributed to either environmental exposure or accumulation in adipose tissue or fat tissue. The study has near 1,500 samples who ingest BPA and check their BPA blood level after 4.5 or 8.5 hours, and found that BPA levels did not decline rapidly with the fasting levels. A study that compares bioactive BPA levels in primates and rodents reporting the same clearance rate as the same. However, 90% of the study that were government funded and reported adverse effect, whereas none of the studies I found was funded by industry reporting any bad effects, since this can make them a lot of money. And as the statistics show, poor families that has annual income less than $45,000 experience higher levels of BPA in their children's childhood. Since the early studies was done on rodents, the federal regulations were made on the results of these studies. So in 1958, FDA approved BPA as an indirect additive, but which was determined by the, toxicity, not carcinogenicity. In 1977, the National Cancer Institute initiated the first carcinogenesis study of BPA for the increased use of BPA in industry. And in 1988, EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency of the United States, defines the safety exposure level to BPA as 15 micrograms per kilogram body weight. Recent regulations, for example, the 2007 Chapel Hill Consensus Statement that says BPA at concentration found in human body is associated with multiple organal changes in human body. And in 2008, the Center of Evaluation of Risk and Reproduction declares that BPA has concerns about effects on brain behavior and human organs. The study in potential effects and ways to reduce exposure in BPA in food packaging is widely applied, and in several countries, cities and states have been banned the use of BPA in products for kids 3 years or younger. California has just joined with other 11 states on a ban on BPA. The practice of manufacturing, distributing, selling, or offering for sale children's beverage container or reusable bottle with bisphenol A is illegal by now. So how do we prevent BPA to get into our body, since it can leach into food from epoxy resin linings of cans and from consumer products of PC plastics? Tip number 1, don't microwave PC plastic food containers. And tip 2, avoid plastic containers with number 7 on the bottom of it. Tip number 3, don't wash the PC plastic containers in the dishwasher, and reduce your use of canned food. Of course, eat fresh or frozen food. So if we pay attention to the exposure of BPA, it can reduce the effect on human body or on us. Thank you. This is my presentation.